For the past 18 months, International Community of Women Living with HIV Eastern Africa, in partnership with ICWEA Kenya and DWWT Tanzania, with funding from UN Trust Fund, has been implementing an 18-month project. Thrive, Together Halting Violence and Inequality, was established to strengthen the collective power, resilience and impact of the regional movement to end violence against women living with HIV in Eastern Africa, to address new and evolving forms of violence including forced HIV disclosure under the Assisted Partner Notification Policy, self-HIV testing and coerced sterilization, denial of access to ARVs due to refusal of cervical cancer screening services, and lack of preferred choices for new HIV prevention technologies such as dapivirine vaginal ring. The primary beneficiaries, women and girls living with HIV who are facing multiple new and evolving forms of violence. Secondary beneficiaries are communities, violence against women and girls activists and human rights defenders, women networks, CSOs, alliances and coalitions, health workers, and government officials. Through our country chapters in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, we've built a coalition of 21 partners, uniting feminist leaders, civil society, grassroots organizations, women-led organizations, and networks of women living with HIV and key populations. Together, we are creating inclusive spaces for advocacy, accountability, and collective action. Through our Name It to End It campaign, we have amplified community voices and shifted narratives on violence that often goes unnamed. We have hosted webinars and regional dialogues where women shared lived experiences, mapped new forms of violence, and built solidarity from the grassroots. At the community level, radio talk shows, CSO dialogues, and field outreaches have profiled violence through a community lens, connecting awareness to action. We occupied advocacy platforms including IAS Rwanda, CSW69, ICWEA at 20, and Universal Health Coverage Day to shape the narrative and create advocacy to end forced HIV disclosure and the APN policy, fund HIV programs, end coerced sterilization, self-testing, avail HIV prevention options like DVR, and denial of HIV programs due to cervical cancer screening, ensuring feminist advocacy for HIV prevention remains visible and coordinated in the adoption of the Declaration to End Violence Against Women Living with HIV, a bold commitment towards accountability and cross-border solidarity. 25 women of different diversity and lived experience from Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania transformed into Thrive champions, building a powerful foundation for female leadership, inclusion, and resilience for collective power and impact. These champions now lead advocacy within their own countries, expanding the regional movement for equality and justice, and partnering with other mapped feminist-led organizations for the same cause. One successful joint advocacy campaign, along with 18 new partners, joined ICWEA, ICWK, and DWWT as a coalition of feminist movement to launch, name, and advocate for ending new and evolving forms of violence, resulting into a signed Tanzania Declaration Advocacy Plan to end violence against women and girls by 2027. Lived experiences and voices that lead to immediate transformation, not just data. We have learned that naming violence to end it is the first critical step and should be given a strategic timeline and global solidarity. Thrive demonstrates that when women organize, learn and lead together, They create unstoppable movements for change. But before we close, I have two questions for you. What new or evolving form of violence have you seen or experienced this year? Will you join us in solidarity to name it and end it? Because nothing for us without us.
Come today.